What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Shoot us a text JJR, whatever's on your mind, the number 96893. You can also call us right now. Jump on there with us, 877-937-1047. Had this moment this weekend. My son Jake was home from college, and my son Dutch was home. He's in high school, and he had a bunch of his friends over. And Jake had a bunch of his friends over, right? So Jake and his friends they took the ping pong table and put it in the front yard. Or Dutch's friends had the ping pong table in the front yard. And then Jake's friends came over, they all played ping pong. I think there was a drinking game they were playing, not beer pong, another one. Then they went in the backyard and they started hooping. And they were playing basketball forever. So it got dark and they were hooping. They were playing basketball for hours. And then Blake comes in. She goes in the backyard. She comes in. And she's just bawling her brains out, crying. I'm like, as a husband, when I see you cry, I'm like, oh, God, what just happened? I go, what's going on? I'm just going to miss this. It's like the different levels of parenting, I remember struggling to have kids. Now we have kids, and now the last one's going to go away in a couple months. And it was just such a weird thing. So she called Dutch in, and then she hugged Dutch for like 20 minutes. Then she called Jake in. She hugged Jake for like 20 minutes. And I was like, they got to go be with their friends. Like at the moment, all their friends are there, and she's hugging them all and crying. It's such a
good mom.
It's such an emotional thing, man. It was crazy. But one of the things we do with our kids is follow them on the Life 360 app, right? Which is really cool. You guys ever get on that?
I
don't.
I find my friends.
That's what I use too.
Oh.
I don't have the app, but I know of the app. But usually it's just me and Scott share our location on Google Maps. Mm-hmm. So I can know where he is if I need to. But you guys know my dad's been staying in town, and he actually has the app, just downloaded it with my stepmom. For whatever reason, their Find My Friends wasn't working. And so my nephew hooked them up with Life 360 and was like, this is great. It gives you more information. You'll really enjoy it. So over the weekend, my dad went golfing with Scott. And so I was hanging out with my stepmom, and she was like, hey, do you know anything about the Life 360 app? And I'm like, I'm not super familiar with it, but why? She's like, I just looked at your dad's location, and they're supposed to be golfing, right? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, they're not. And I was like, okay, show me. So she pulls up the map on her phone, and it shows my dad's location at this house. And she's like, whose house would he be at? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who lives there. And so then I'm like, hold on a second. He's with Scott. So let me just look at Scott's location. And so I pull up my map, and it shows a little fishbowl because, his nickname's Fish. So he's a fishbowl on my map. And so I pull it up, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. He's also at that house. And we're like, what are they doing? What's going on? And then I zoom out on the map, and it's a house right by the golf course. And I was like, oh, well, it's right by the golf course. It was like, I don't know, maybe they lost their ball in someone's yard or something like that.
Oh, so there was a house on the golf course. They were there.
Yeah. But
the person in the house would go, who the hell are these two guys in my yard?
Yeah. For a split second, we were like, did they take a little extracurricular activity? Like, what are they doing? Are they doing something shady? And then you got to zoom out, and I'm like, okay. And so afterwards, I asked Scott, I was like, hey, did you guys like lose a ball in someone's yard earlier today? And he's like, no. I'm like, not at all. Were you ever super near a home? And he's like, not really. I'm like, I mean, he's like, there's houses like on the golf course lining it, but we were never really close to one. And I'm like, interesting.
Well, sometimes like we use that, and sometimes it'll say like my kids are home, but it'll say they're at the gym, which is about a block away. You know what I mean? So it's like they've been at this gym for a long time. Well, they're actually home.
So that app's a big liar.
There's some things that are wrong with the app. Like I remember my wife was out of town with my son Kemp in Dallas at a basketball tournament. So Jake, my oldest son, and I, we went to go. We were at Ocean 44, father and son dinner. Ocean 44 used to be a movie theater. And before it was Ocean 44. And my wife calls me from Dallas, and she's like, it looks like Jake's been parked behind this movie theater for an hour and a half. What do you think he's doing in the movie theater? And I picture him like turning tricks for some Johns. And I'm like, oh my God. I go, let me look. And I look, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm with him. And I'm like, wait a minute. I go, we're at Ocean 44. It used to be the movie theater. And you need to update your app.
Yes.
You know? And another time, she called, and I was with Jake again, and we were eating at a sushi place by my house, and she's like, why are you guys at Pizza Hut? And I was like, Pizza Hut? I go, we're having sushi. She's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, so the waitress heard us, and the waitress was like, this used to be a Pizza Hut. Like, it still hadn't been updated.
Yeah, I immediately thought of you, John Jay, and I told my son, I was like, yeah, I guess you need to be careful because it's probably not accurate all the time.
You think you got a good bust, and it's just nothing. That's what I would be so frustrated.
The thing about that app, too, that's really cool, and I don't know if what's the one you have? Find My Phone has this, but it tells you how fast they're driving. It tells you when they use their phone while they were driving. It tells you all their high speed. It tells you all kinds of stuff on the app. So, like, so I'll say to Dutch, I'll be like, dude, you were on your phone driving and you texted 5 times. He's like, I didn't text. And he's like, I changed the music, right? Because it can tell when you pick up your phone.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I would hate
that's
that.
That's too much
as
like
a
that.
parent, that's a great thing to know.
But
Very
I
Black
would
Mirror.
not ever in a million years download that app because I wouldn't want my parents to know what I'm doing on the roads. I wouldn't want them to know I'm on my phone. I wouldn't want them to know my exact location ever.
You wait till you have kids and you'll be downloading that app.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Surveillance is tricky.
Right, yeah.
Get out of my business. Like, what are you so concerned about me for?
That's like the ultimate helicopter mom app, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys watched the #1 movie that's on Netflix right now? Life List? You guys watch that? Oh, you guys got to watch it.
What is it about?
It's, oh my God, what's her name? She's been on the show before. We hung out with her in L.A. Oh my God, what's her name? The star. She has a hit song too. I can't remember her name. Can you look it up for me?
What's it called?
It's called Life List. So it stars, which is weird because you brought up this actress's name last week, Rich, Connie Britton.
Yeah. I started to watch the previews. It looks interesting, but I just didn't.
So it's this woman who dies, and she runs a successful skincare company. And at the funeral, or when she dies, when they do the eulogy, they read the will. The daughter, who's her marketing director, gets fired, and the woman gives the company to her daughter-in-law. Then the lawyer gives the daughter. God, what is her name?
Sophia Carson.
Sophia Carson.
She's in Descendants.
Huh?
She's in Descendants.
Yes, she gives Sophia Carson. This is the weird part I did understand. A DVD, and the DVD says there's like 30 DVDs, and the DVD says, I found this list you made when you were 10 of these life goals. You have to hit all these goals in a year. Do these things in a year. And after you accomplish each one, like read Moby Dick, she wrote. After you read Moby Dick, you prove it to the lawyer. He's going to give you a new DVD. The new DVD is a message from me to you. Because I feel like you've lost your spark. So she has to do it's a romantic comedy. And you can see where it's going, but it's just kind of really fun. And what's funny is
they look kind of serious in the previews.
There's a part where she finds out that her when I'm watching it, I'm like, why would they cast Connie Britton as the mom? And Sophie, they look nothing alike. And then you see the dad. And then the dad, I'm like, okay, he kind of looks like the dad. But then you find out that dad, is he really her dad? And then the actor that plays her dad looks just like it would be her real dad. Anyway, it's #1 on Netflix right
casting,
now. #1
Netflix.
on movies on Netflix. And I really like it. I think you guys would really like it.
I watched that robot one. What's that called again?
Electric State?
Yeah.
And?
Oh, man, it's bad.
I kind of liked it.
I liked it. I
no.
really enjoyed that watch.
The robots look cool, but the plot is kind of it's bad.
It literally is like Hunger Games and Stranger Things combined.
Chris Pratt is just Star-Lord, just a little more cranky. That's all.
What'd you think of The Studio with Seth Rogen?
I did like The Studio a lot. I watched the first episode. I think 2 episodes are out.
There's only 2 out.
Yeah, so I've seen them both then.
First episode was good. Second episode I thought sucked.
Yeah, the second one I was drifting a little bit, but the first one is great, and I really love all of the cameos. But the best, if you miss S Creek, Catherine O'Hara's in there, and I think she doesn't play anything like her character, but she's so good when she's on TV because she has these mental breakdowns that are just epic.
That's on Apple TV.
It's so good.
On Hulu, there's a stand-up comedian, Bill Burr. He's pretty funny. In fact, if you guys get a chance to watch it, there's some funny things about this show in there.
I was offended by some of it.
Did you see it?
Yeah, well, I saw part of it where he's talking about sad guys at Guitar Center.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
He's like, you want to see?
Well, if you got that far, that's almost 3/4 of the way through.
Like, if you want to see sad men, just walk into a Guitar Center. I'm like, hey, that's my mothership.
He also talks about guys that are trying to hook up with younger girls. He's like, why would you do that? He goes, this guy, he's like 50, he's in his 50s. He's like, now, for me, the equivalent of hooking up with younger girls is 8 hours of sleep. I'd rather have 8 hours of sleep. Amanda, good morning.
Hi there. My name is Amanda, calling from Washington, and I have a funny Life 360 story.
Okay.
Not mine, it's my sister-in-law's. So she checks that constantly, and her son, Connor, is going to University of Texas in Austin. And she checks it and sees where he's at. Well, then she checks it, probably a lot sooner than she should, and sees he's in the same spot. And for like 2 hours, it showed him in the same spot. And he's not answering his cell. He's not answering his dad's phone call. So now she's starting to get pretty concerned. Well, she then gets a call from him, and him and about 25 of his closest buddies decided to see how many could fit in the elevator at the dorm. And needless to say, it was designed for, I think, 12. And, yeah, there were 26 college.
And they're all just stuck in an elevator?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Thanks, Amanda. Thanks for listening.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Listening on the iHeartRadio app for free. Robbie.
Yes, John Jay. I am calling to ask for you to throw me a prayer today.
Sure.
My 42-year son and I listen to your show every day. He had a seizure yesterday, has no brain activity, and we're taking him off life support today.
Oh, no.
And I would sure love a prayer.
Yeah.
Sure. Here's a prayer for you, Robbie. So sorry.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, God bless.
Thank you.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include a lot more people than ourselves. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, we help plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because even though our business is helping guide your finances, our ambition is to make it mean so much more. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.